Holy crap. I'm lost for words. I was literally driving the car home and it shuts off like it used to, and I start seeing smoke out the hood. I pull over immediately, pop the hood, there's a fire like the size of my fist, and I freak out. I grab the fire extinguisher, which is, by the way, still kind of full. Doesn't even work. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? I take off my hoodie, and look at this. I try to like take it out by hand, like I'm like ripping things apart, and like you can see like it wasn't working. Luckily I had a coolant bottle, and that's literally what saved my car. I literally thought I was going to lose this car today. It's a very traumatizing experience to have. I didn't even pick up the camera. I wasn't even thinking about filming that whole time. I was just thinking of like saving my car. I literally thought I was gonna lose my car. The fire was going like inside the transmission and everything, and I just don't even want to, like, let me show you guys. I think a lot of you guys were commenting on running like straight gauge wire and stuff like that. I'm gonna get rid of that junction box. There's some slight damage. At this point, I did want to go to the Fast and the Furious house with the car, and I'm kind of glad that it happened close to home instead of out in LA. This is something very serious, and I'm hoping we can fix this, because I never want to experience this with this car or any car at all. It's a horrible experience, guys, and I don't know if I can explain myself through the video, but I really wish no one ever goes through this, because that feeling of almost losing something you love, like, I don't think it's a smart idea to really go home and leave the car out like this, especially with like my belongings inside. Luckily I did have my insurance's policy number, so I was able to call for a tow truck. At this point, I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm honestly used to just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere with my car, and honestly I'm just looking at the positive side of things. The car is still here in one piece. There's a couple things that are broken and burned off or whatever, but that's all fixable. The car's repairable, and that's what I'm grateful for. And guys, like always, tow trucks take forever. I ended up just canceling. BZ's actually gonna come pick me up with his trailer, and we'll just tow it over there. The tow trucks are just taking way too long, and I'll probably just drop it off at the shop and then pretty much continue on with it as soon as, you know, I have some time. The car is now at the BZ Moto facility. I have Drawn here with me. We're looking over the wiring. Drawn noticed that two wires were actually making contact with the slave right here. I don't know if you guys can see the damage here. So this is the cable for the alternator. You can see some of it is exposed. It was having contact on that metal, and then the battery cable from the back was also touching the slave down here. So that's pretty much what was causing the whole shorting issue, and eventually, of course, it led to a fire. At this point, we're pretty much going to have to route the wiring correctly, which means the battery cable has to be run directly to the starter, and the alternator cable has to be run directly to the fuse box. Originally, when it was a front-wheel drive setup, this junction box was put in there to pretty much make it work, but it's not the right way to do it. So we're pretty much going to be correcting the wiring and pretty much just start removing parts, looking over the damage, and start replacing wires everywhere. So I'll put you guys on the GoPro and we'll go on from there. It's like a wire hack. Yeah, so Duran's just basically looking over the whole harness. He's inspecting it for me just to make sure that this doesn't happen again. He's just looking and making sure that every single little wire is tidied up and correct. After this, we should be okay. But yeah, it's just best to do things right the first time. Duran went ahead and tidied up everything. It looks a lot neater. He checked over the wiring and made sure there was nothing bad. This is just like a hack before. He pretty much made sure that everything's properly done. We went up here and we're actually gonna have to start pulling this battery cable all the way from the back. did remove the alternator and battery cable out. The solution to this is basically to run a new cable basically from the starter all the way back to the battery, which we're going to get soon. And we're also going to be running pretty much the alternator cable directly to the fuse box where it's supposed to go. All right guys, so all that's pretty much missing is the cable from the starter all the way to the battery. I already went ahead and routed the cable all the way back here, and I have the battery terminal. So what we can do meanwhile is pretty much just start the ignition to make sure that the chassis is pretty much has power again, and that way we could pretty much know that we're going in the right direction. So I'm gonna hook this up. Hopefully all goes well, and here we go. Okay, I'm a little scared. Okay, so it's connected. That's kind of dim, no?
What is that?
The light right there. It's dimmer than usual. Dead. The battery's probably dead?
Yeah. Damn.
So that means like I pretty much destroyed the battery again.
Battery's too dead.
The battery's too dead?
Yep.
Damn. Alright, so that means I'm going to have to get a new battery, and we have to get the cable that goes from the starter all the way to the battery in the back. So it's already getting pretty late. It might take us like another day or two to get this stuff, but we did make progress. Jerron pretty much took over all the wiring because I can't do it. So just snap your fingers. But yeah, it's pretty much getting there. We're getting closer. So the next time I'll get back to you guys is pretty much when I have the new battery and the cable that's going to go from the starter to the battery, and then from there we'll go ahead and plug everything up, test drive the car, make sure that everything's good, because I am a little bit scared of it catching a fire yet. But it should be good because Jerron pretty much checked over everything and made sure everything was done legitimately.
Few moments later.
Alright guys, so it's currently the following day. I have a brand new battery with me since the last one fried. Let's work on the car, see what happens. Here is the cable that's gonna go from the starter all the way to the battery. Put you guys on the GoPro on the installation of this and this. Ready to turn on the car. I'm gonna go ahead and let it warm up, and then once that portion is out of the way, then we go ahead and test drive it real quick. So I'm going to be stealing one of BZ's fire extinguishers for now. Let's go. She starts, guys. Extremely nervous right now, you guys have no idea. We gotta be ready if I see any type of smoke just to get out the car and put anything out. It's driving fine though, so far so good. We'll drive around the block real quick, go back, inspect all the wires, make sure nothing's hot. And from there, I'll drive it home. Well guys, we finally made it home. Car drove perfectly fine. I'm honestly super happy that well, 1, the car survived, 2, I'm okay, and 3, that I have the help that I have. Honestly, I don't know what I would have done without both BZ and Duran, because they literally like went out their way to pretty much make sure that my car was okay in such a timely manner. BZ literally picked me up because the tow truck was taking way too long for 1, and he's super busy. And then Jerome from Pirate Auto Group also like took time out of his day to basically go all the way to BZ Moto and pretty much help me with the wiring on the car. He told me, he pinpointed exactly what was wrong with the car, what needed to be done, and he pretty much took over most of it, which I'm super grateful for because I am no expert when it comes to wiring. I do feel a little safer with the car. I don't trust fire extinguishers now because that one obviously was bad. It could have been really bad. I could have burned the whole car down. The fire was expanding. I'm so mad that I wasn't able to catch the whole fire on camera, but I was like so in the moment. I had so much adrenaline going on that I didn't even consider, you know, putting the GoPro on or like recording myself like taking fire out like it's stupid. Like I literally felt like I had like no time to put it out. So I do apologize for that, but I do want to thank you guys for the support. And I hope all of us can take this as a lesson. I hope this car taught us that we should do things right, and not mess around and not take shortcuts. I say this because I do that a lot, and I know a lot of you guys take a lot of my advice, and I want you guys to know that not everything on the internet you see is true or valid. Take proper advice from proper people that know what they're doing. Again, I'm just documenting my cars, my builds, and from my knowledge and expertise. I'm no pro by any chance. I know the basics, but I do want to let you guys know that I learned my lesson. I want to, you know, do things right, and I hope you guys did too. This is no joke. Someone could die. Your car can burn on fire. I've had this car forever, and I never want to see it go away. So for a split second, I did think I was going to lose the car. So I don't want that ever happening again, and I hope none of you guys go through that because it's a very scary experience. But I'm just gonna end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The next video, we should be going to the Fast House. I'm gonna hit up the homies now, tell them that my car's good. So make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe if you're not new, and please guys, share this to your homies. You know, show them the Eclipse, stuff like that. Anything helps. The channel is growing pretty quickly, and I appreciate that. So let's keep it going. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.